What's up? This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible Today and Non-Fungible Tomorrow. And today, I do want to begin continuing a topic from yesterday. Yesterday, I was, asking the rhetorical question whether, NFTs are banned in China. And today, upon doing more research, I found out that actually there was an article in June 16th, right? So this is like 6 days ago. And this is actually an article by people.cn. So for those of you who do not know, people.cn is actually a state media in China. And usually when the Chinese government has to announce something, or they want to talk about different type of policy, what they'll do is that they will use the state media to inform people of what the strategy is or what their thoughts towards a topic is, right? So basically what happened is that 6 days ago, this article was posted by people.cn, and the title of this article, this is in simplified Chinese, but I would translate it to you. It's actually digital collectibles equals to NFT question mark, okay? Difference between both nature, okay? So this is kind of the title, right? So I included the link to this article below for you to do your own research, but if you translate it using Google, right, it basically gives you an idea of what this is about and the approach of China, whether digital collectibles is the same as NFTs, and whether NFTs is indeed banned in China. And it says the reason why Tencent decided to implement those policies yesterday to ban everything NFT crypto related in different type of WeChat channels, right? So let us go into this article. So this article is actually a very long article. It begins by talking about the Fujian provincial government, issuing a reminder letter, okay, about digital assets and also NFT violations and stuff like that, right? So, and then it talks about different type of opinion, some legal opinion and stuff like that. And then it talks about how digital asset is actually different from NFTs. So without further ado, instead of going through this whole article, I want to go through this article, which is kind of like a summary, okay? So this is actually a summary article, which I also included, and you can do as well, do your own research. It's that, so basically this article explores the difference between digital collectibles and NFTs. And then they said NFT is usage of the blockchain. However, if there's a financial element in that NFT, it is easy and prone to scam, hype, money laundering, and other illegal things, and therefore there is risk involved, okay? And if you think about it, you have to come from an approach that this is actually by the Chinese government, and that there are billions of people in China. And in order to make sure that the people are not being scammed and stuff like that, they do have a certain consideration when it comes to control. They do have a certain consideration when it comes to whether they want this technology to be fully embraced by the people within China, or they do have the because it's their country, right? They have the sovereignty to decide whether they want to do their own version of the NFT. And this is exactly the difference between NFTs and digital collectibles, right? So basically, the article says that in terms of digital collectibles, also uses the blockchain technology for specific products or work of art, and it is a type of certification, okay, to protect its intellectual and IP rights. And also to make sure that we could create a reliable digital issuance of buying, selling, and usage. Okay, so according to a spokesperson of one of the government technology department, he said that there are 3 differences, okay, between NFTs and digital collectibles in China. The first difference is that the NFTs outside of China, the fundamental value is decentralization. It's not being controlled. There is no monitoring and there's no control in this, right? Not monitoring, sorry. There's no regulation on that, right? So, but on the other hand, the Chinese digital collectible is actually built on consortium chains, right? So it is also using the blockchain technology, and consortium chain is actually blockchain technology built and also infrastructure by the government, okay? So this chain is actually by the government compared to NFTs that is decentralized, okay? So this is one of the main differences that he's talking about. The second difference is that the the NFTs overseas has no, IP or license, approval, right? But the digital collectibles in China would be approved by the government before they are being for sale, right? And in China, if you want to publish digital collectibles, you have to go through a approval process in order to sell it. Okay. And the third difference is that, you know, the NFTs overseas would use an art or a virtual object and then tokenize it, okay? And also, you know, the message that it delivers is not the true cultural product, right? It is not the true values of the digital, you know, like IP or license regulation. And also, but at the same time, Chinese digital collectibles is actually traced by the government chain, and it cannot be changed, and it is transparent, and therefore, you know, using art and culture could be used through digital collectibles to you know share about culture and art, and also verify the IP, and also verify the licensing, right? So this is a way, digital collectibles is a way to share Chinese culture, or you know, share culture in general. Okay, so it's not just Chinese culture, but culture in general. Okay, so the question is, where is the red line, right? Because you know, a lot of platforms were being complained by the government for doing a lot of hype and also false advertising and things like that, right? So according to the professional, he says that okay, there are a few red lines that you have to be careful. Number one, a digital collectible should not be, you know, financialized in a sense that maybe a secondary market where you could build hype, you could do secondary transactions, right? Number two is that digital collectibles cannot infringe people's IP or license. Digital collectibles should have content moderation. And number four, in order to value the price of that digital collectible, it has to, you know, be valued based on the industry and also based on the fairness in order to value it, rather than based on hype that a lot of NFTs are being traded at, right? So according to the whole article, in China, there are more than 400 plus digital collectible platforms, and all these digital collectibles are related to, you know, Chinese culture, sports, media, aviation, famous artists, and different type of industry, right? So digital collectible is a big thing in China, right? And in 2021, the registered companies for digital collectibles, it's actually 700,000. Yeah, 700,000, okay? So with an increase of 68% within just 1 year, right? So recently, they're also saying that China has also started to regulate the NFT area, right? In order to reduce the risk of, you know, flipping speculation, the Chinese Fujian provincial government decided to issue the first step, okay? So they're saying that without permission, you cannot do NFT transaction, okay? You cannot, disregard the law and, carry out an NFT activities, okay? So these type of, suggestions, right? And they also talked about, how walk to earn, like Stepton, is using sort of like a type of hype, and also in a way that only early investors would benefit, and the people behind are being exposed to higher risk due to the speculation of the price of maybe those NFT shoes, right? And NFT shoes, there is speculation in there, and therefore should be regulated, and all the different type of departments in China should be aware, and also prevent people from speculating through these products, right? So overall, it basically shows that there are two directions. The first direction is that the Chinese government is going to allow digital collectibles that are on the blockchain that is provided by the government, that is being monitored, that is being approved, and that is being regulated, right? In terms of NFTs that are on other blockchain, like open blockchains like Ethereum, Solana, blah blah blah, they discourage that, okay? And the reason why they do that is, number one, you gotta understand, China is a huge place. It is just like another United States, right? It is a huge place with a lot of people, and you have different people of different educational background, right? Some of them are very well known, they have access to information, so they can protect themselves. But there might be people who are actually from the village, right? Who might just listen to the hype and maybe lose a lot of money. So this is the reason why they wanted to regulate this, right? This is the reason why. And if you look at all the news, right? The bare minimum thing that they want to do is to reduce speculation. They don't want people to speculate. They don't want people to gamble their life savings, right? But instead, they do see the potential of blockchain technology. They do see how blockchain itself is able to, foster culture. It's able to, foster cultural exchange. So I think that's it's a beautiful thing that they understand the technology, right? They understand social media as well, and that's why they regulate it. So this is just some updates, just a follow-up from yesterday's news. NFTs in general, I do think that it will be difficult, to have more NFT activities in China, but at the same time, digital collectibles that are on the public blockchain, that are on the government-run blockchain, could have a space to survive. Okay. And also maybe they will invest more because China is building their own metaverse. China is bullish about the metaverse as well. So that's why definitely keep an eye on this. It will affect because a lot of NFT investors, to be honest, are actually from China as well, right? If you look at the trading, if you look at the different type of exchanges, you look at the crypto holdings and stuff like that, many of them are actually from China. So I just wanted to let you know that. So moving on to today's topic. Today's topic is your NFT art stolen? Okay. So if your NFT is a digital collectible in China that has to go through a rigorous approval process, then it will be even harder to steal your art, right? But at the same time, on the other side of the coin is that because right now OpenSea or all the different type of NFT platform, it is decentralized. Anyone could just take your art and they can upload it on OpenSea and then they mint it as their own NFT and sell it to other people, right? So what can you do? Because OpenSea is a huge, sea, the blockchain, the world is huge. How can you find if your art has been stolen? So recently I came across this article. So for those of you who do not know, DeviantArt is actually a digital art website, which I actually used before when I was very young in high school. And when I was in high school, that was around 10 or 20 years ago, I would have draw stuff on Paint, I would have draw some stuff on Photoshop and upload on DeviantArt. And what DeviantArt is able to do is that they could help you sell these digital art as print in order to help artists, digital artists to make money. So in the past year, of course, they have a lot of impact with regards to Web3. People buying and selling digital art in NFT format rather than digital print and stuff like that. But at the same time, they have a strong community of digital artists, right? And therefore they understand the idea of intellectual property rights, right? They understand, how important these rights are for these artists. So they came up with a product. It took them some time to build this. So this is an article from yesterday. DeviantArt Protect Update, right? Exposing stolen NFTs. So what happened is that art theft in in Web3 is a problem, okay? So when the DeviantArt project launched last year, it kicked off a serious commitment to combat art theft, right? So they post about the challenges of Web3. So dealing with theft is a pain for artists, which is true. And they don't even know, like artists might not even have the legal understanding to DMCA, like for example, to submit a request to a NFT marketplace to remove the stolen art, right? So what happened is that they decided to build a tool to publicly call out art that NFTs that are actually stolen, okay? And also what they do is that they use AI, okay? They would use AI to, match the art. And if they think this violates your IP, if you think it violates your IP, you could say, yes, it violates my IP, and then they will provide you additional steps to report it, right? So this is how they do it, okay? They'll give pressure to them. So if you look at the website, protect your art from theft in Web3, right? So what you can do is you can join the beta, and you can protect 10 images for free. And what happened is that you create a DeviantArt Protect account, upload your NFT art image, you get alerts of NFTs similar to your art. Then if you think that art has infringed your copyright, you can send a DMCA to the marketplace to take it down, right? So it's similar to this, right? So this is basically a copy, but reduce the size and also change the colors, right? So this is actually a protocol called the Protect protocol. Pretty cool. It is a multi-chain, so 8 blockchain indexes, 345 million NFT scanned, wow, that's a lot, like 245,000 infringement identified, right? So they have a lot of good testimonials. So what happened is that for you, so if you're an artist, right, this is definitely something you can check out to protect your art. But if you are an NFT buyer, you're an NFT collector, to you're spending real money, you want to do your own due diligence that the art that you're buying is actually not stolen, what you can do is that you could actually go to the website, protectprotocol.io. And then what you can do is that every day in the last 7 days, you can actually see how many infringement, how many NFTs were scanned, how many infringement was done, how many alerts were sent. And these are on different chains. So I think this is such a powerful, tool. Polygon, Ethereum, Solana, Catalan, Arbitrum, Optimism, and so on, right? And it really shows you that actually Polygon, because anyone can go to OpenSea and mint for free, there would be more infringement rates there, right? But it seems like in the last 7 days, there's more infringement rates in Ethereum. So it means that even Ethereum could be prone to fake and stolen art, right? So what you can do is you can see NFT claims, and that will show you the projects with the claim that, oh, this art has been stolen and stuff like that, right? And then which chain they are, which contract, which token ID, and then which protocol claim. Or what you can do is that before buying an NFT, what you can do is that you could select the blockchain, maybe Polygon, Ethereum, copy and paste the contract address, paste the token ID here, and then you could see if your art was actually stolen by someone else, right? So an example for this is actually, for example, let's see if we could go to Doodles, right? And let's say we go to OpenSea, right? So how you can do this is that, oh, for example, I want to check if Doodle is actually infringing somebody's copyright. You could go to Ethereum, okay? Because Doodle is actually on the Ethereum blockchain. Click on the NFT, okay? Go to details, and then go to contract address, okay? Click on this, right? So the thing over here is actually the contract address for the collection. Copy, and this is on Ethereum, right? So you can go here, paste the contract address, and then look at this Doodle. Oh, this Doodle is number 2647. And then all you can do is 2647, and then check. And then it will tell you whether it has scanned it or not, or whether there's any claims for it. So it seems like there's no claims, so you are safe to buy this NFT. This NFT is indeed original, right? So I think this is a wonderful tool for both artists, for both NFT creators, and also for NFT collectors, right? To do your due diligence, because sometimes I feel so bad when an artist, you spend so much time to create and work, upload it to OpenSea, no one buys it, someone else steals the work, upload it, maybe have more followers, or maybe one certain type of scam account, and then someone buys it, right? It's really sad to see that. So if you want to support artists, if you want to support yourself, definitely check that out. I'm not affiliated with them. I just saw this and I just want to share this with you. And this is how you can see if your NFT art is stolen before, okay? All right. So today, market is down, everything looks red, okay? We do see red besides Uniswap, which I'll share with you why Uniswap is green. But the reason why, the market is down, first of all, down futures decline more than 400 points as market rebound fizzles. UK inflation hits 40 years high at 9.1%. Food and energy price surge persists. Right now, if you look at everything, all the indexes globally is red today. So that's why we did have this huge dump. Okay, and then if you look at this, crypto market cap is, global crypto market cap has a decrease of 3.3%. Okay, if you look at top stablecoin, stablecoin had an increase and now there's a decrease. So basically what it means is that people were selling the crypto, converting it to stable, but in general, money have left the market, okay? So NFTs in general, so let me continue, okay? So I'm talking about cryptocurrency. So another interesting cryptocurrency news is Tether, which is the issuing company behind USDT, is now launching a British pound peg stablecoin. So if you have been watching my show, you'll know that a lot of people were selling the Tether, which is USDT, to USDC, right, after the lunar crash, because it kind of depeg, someone deliberately depeg it and then say that, oh, Tether actually has no backing for that, so people move to the USDC. But it seems like, it's interesting to see this, right? Maybe Tether find out that, okay, I have to de-risk, I have to, diversify, and therefore they decide to do a, upcoming British pound that is, backed by one British pound, and it's going to be called GBPT, okay? Okay, Great British Pound Tether, okay? So it's interesting to see how, because the market cap of USDT has, kind of went down a bit, right? So now they are looking for ways to diversify and also to mitigate the risk. Look at this, the market cap has, dipped quite a bit if you look at it by the last 3 months, right? All right, so that's Tether. And then if you look at the crypto news, I'm gonna talk about Uniswap shortly. But at the same time, when we look at Cardano, right? Cardano did take a slump a bit. It has a huge dump a while back. Huge dump. This was the dip with everyone, but there was a huge dump, and the reason for that is actually the Cardano developers announced that the Vasil hard fork is actually delayed by a month. So in the previous dump, Cardano didn't dump that great compared to Ethereum and so on, and the reason for that is because people were looking forward to the hard fork, and if they were able to deploy this upgrade, it would help Cardano blockchain scale a bit more. But now this hard fork is now being delayed, right? So if it's being delayed, people are less bullish about it, and if they're being less bullish about it, then the price fluctuation could be harder, right? So just want to let you know, this did have some effect on the Cardano sell-off earlier today. So this was announced just 8 hours ago, right? So next news, if we look at the crypto on-chain data, Bitcoin, some Bitcoin were going to the, the exchanges yesterday, and Ethereum, a lot of Ethereum inflow. So I do think that there is still downward potential because there's a lot of sell pressure. Just imagine with more crypto, like if people move crypto from the wallet to an exchange, it basically means that they want to move it there maybe to sell, right? But if they just keep it in the wallet, they're not moving it, then there will be less trading in terms of that. And also it will create less sell volume. Sell pressure. Crypto market cap, we try to rebound a little bit, but now we're back down because we're trading with the equities market. If we look at another interesting news, I want to talk about DeFi. BlockFi secures 250 million bailout from FTX. So basically, people were saying that BlockFi was having some liquidity issue. And also we had a lot of DeFi protocols and also DeFi service providers like services having liquidity issue. But this time, BlockFi had a bailout from FTX. So that's it for DeFi news. Let us move to NFT. In general, NFT is it's kind of a mixed market right now. We do have some sea of red and some of green. And also we had a green because there's a lot of activity in NYC, NFT NYC, but at the same time, the market is going down right now. So there ought to be some red, which people are trying to take profit and sell. So if you look at Doodle, right, in the last 7 days or last 14 days, look at this, right? And also look at, so this is Doodles, okay? Doodle is a blue chip NFT project. If you look at the last 14 days, there is an increase in the floor price, and also there has been an increase, a sudden increase today for the transaction volume, right? And the reason for this, and also for this is a duplicator, which is basically the airdrop that old Doodle had. There's also a steady increase of the trading volume, and also increase in the the floor price. And the reason for this is basically because Doodles NFT announced Pharrell Williams as Chief Brand Officer. So, Pharrell Williams is the guy who sang the song Happy. So Pharrell Williams is now the Chief Brand Officer. And also at the same time, they are going to have a fundraise led by Alexis Ohanian, right? So Alexis is actually the previous Reddit creator, right? Reddit co-founder, right? So he is his VC firm is going to lead the funding round for Doodle. So it means that there's gonna be more money involved to develop this IP. And Pharrell Williams also said that he's gonna help create music for the brand as well. And also they announced Doodle 2, which there's gonna be millions of Doodles that could be minted, which is a Doodle 2 collection, so that there will be more mass adoption, right? So definitely they are doing something right, and that explains why the floor price increased a bit today, right? But really look at these announcement increase, right? I think it started increase when NFTs kind of took a huge dump a while back. But if you look at this, right? If we just look at today's announcement, the highs and lows, so you can actually observe, right? So the low was 12 Ethereum and the high was 15 Ethereum. So the announcement was able to have 3 Ethereum increments in one day, right? So this is basically it. But at the same time, there's 100 NFT traded, right? In today. So it gives you a sign of an idea of what type of announcement would drive the floor price to go up, drive the trading volume to go up, and also by how much, right? So moving on, the reason why Uniswap is the only green token that we see right now is because Uniswap lets buy Ethereum NFT aggregator Genie, right? So for those of you who do not know, Uniswap is actually a NFT aggregator, so you can sweep the floor. So it was kind of like the first NFT aggregator, then it became Gem XYZ, right? So what they did is that Uniswap has now brought Genie Swap. So rather than just being a DeFi protocol where you can swap ERC20 tokens, it now supports ERC721 NFTs and also ERC1155s, right? So which is really interesting, right? So it shows that right now in maybe a perceived bear market, there are a lot of acquisition happening, there are a lot of consolidation happening, but it is because of these consolidation we kind of build the foundations of stuff like that, right? So a while back, we remember OpenSea acquired Gem XYZ. So now Uniswap is now going into NFT. So once we see all this consolidation, and if we do see a bull market again, it would, we'll see the players that survive a bear market, and we'll see, the ecosystem, taking form, right? So that's why Uniswap is up. Right now, even though the market is downward, Uniswap had a 14% increment, right? So it is rallying because of that news. So before starting the stream, this just came in just like an hour ago. eBay acquires leading NFT marketplace KnownOrigin, right? So for those of you who do not know, eBay is actually the place where you can trade stuff, trade, buy stuff. Now they are, and so they have been looking into NFTs for a while. They have minted NFTs on eBay before, but now they have decided to acquire KnownOrigin. So I said this perceived bear market is actually a place for brands to do consolidation. A lot of these big brands that we will know in the future would be consolidated in this bear market and come out stronger, right? Because they have survived a bear market, and also they have Web2 company support, right? So this just came out, which is really interesting, and it shows that big brands, Web2 brands, big tech is still eyeing the space. So this space isn't dead, right? Yesterday, people were saying that people were searching, Bitcoin, is Bitcoin dead, right? But I do think that NFTs, cryptocurrency is far from being dead, right? The metaverse is far from being dead, right? You know, Facebook acquiring different type of gaming companies, and building a different type of headset, and the future is really interesting with regards to the technological aspect. So I overran a little bit today. I'm so sorry, but this is the news for today. This is your host Non-Fungible TC, signing out.